What's good? We got to talk about some movie. Okay, I'm too close to the camera. Nobody wants to see all that. So let me talk about my top 10 films of 2018. If you don't know, I see a lot of movies. I even see a bunch of movies that come out before they get released to all theaters. But everybody always say, how you see all that movies? Where you be going? So let me tell you something. I see what I see. Whatever happens, happens. So let me just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let me get y'all together. But before we get there, let's do my honorable mentions. So I did see some great movies this year. And there's some movies I just want to tell you about, even though they didn't make the top 10. Let's give them let's give them some time. So I'm putting up my list. I'm sorry, my phone wanted to go slow. So I apologize for me looking down and not staring at the camera. I thought my list would be popped up and ready to go, but it's not. Anyways, so now we're ready. So start off right off the bat. Incredibles 2. First and foremost, the reason why this is not in the top 10 is for a couple of reasons. The number one is simple and plain. It took too long to come out. I know you're saying like, well, that shouldn't matter. If a movie came out and it's still good, it should be in the top 10. Maybe in your top 10, but it lost some points for taking 30,000 years to come out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it was a decent sequel. It was very predictable, but it was a good sequel, and I enjoyed it, but it just took too long to come out, so it lost some brownie points with the kid. So it's on honorable mention. Den of Thieves, I don't know if you saw it. It was a cool little movie. All the way around, it was solid. Nice little ending not unpredictable, but what do you call that when a movie ends unpredictably? I know you're going to be like, unpredictable. Nice little twist in the plot at the end. That's what I was looking for. Girl in the Spiderweb, another movie that took way too long to come out. So you can't be in my top 10 list, but you still was an okay movie. It did some things I didn't like in it, but I wanted the original actors to be in it. It just didn't come off the way it should have. I don't know if anyone saw the movie Searching, but that was a really good movie. It was too sentimental for me, so that's why I didn't make my top 10. But all in all, still a good movie. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, before the movie had came out and I learned the movie was coming out, I had went and watched like 2 or 3 documentaries on Freddie Mercury. So I was ready. And I had read that in his real life, people didn't know he was gay because he didn't talk about his gay life. So then when I heard they wasn't going to do that in the movie, I was like, oh, cool. You being true to the story. And I saw the movie. I'm like, this is cool. The dude who played Freddie Mercury should win every award he's up for because he did an outstanding job. But who's to know what's real, what's fake, and what the band just put out there to make them look like they're in good light. And they did embellish some things just so it would seem like Freddie was bad towards the band and shit like that. I didn't like that, but all in all, still a good movie. Summer of '84. I'm one of the people, if I'm bored and I have nothing to do, I don't go drink, I don't go stuff my face. I find me a movie or a TV show I've never seen before and I watch it. And I watched this movie on video on demand called Summer of '84. And if you haven't seen it, what an excellent movie. Excellent. Excellent. I don't have anything bad to say about that movie. I really think you should go see it. It has a nice twist at the end. If you haven't seen it, just find it and watch it. Creed 2, listen, how many Rocky movies have you ever seen in your life? So that's the end of that discussion. Even though I think Michael B. Jordan acting got a little bit better in that movie, and his mannerism had me like, damn, you really taking this acting serious. A Star is Born. And I was going to put this on top 10. Like, I really thought Bradley Cooper did his thing. That's how good this movie, like, it missed the top 10. Like, if I was doing a number of like 1 to 20 in high grade scales of movie, it probably missed it by just like 1 point. But still a good movie. I grouped these next movies together because I couldn't figure out how to break all these movies down without throwing them in my top 10. So superhero movies, you have to leave some of them out because you have to have room for other movies. If not, your whole top 10 to be superhero movies. So I left out Deadpool 2, Venom, Ant-Man and Wasp, and solo Star Wars movies. 4 good movies, But hey, they were just, I just feel like you can't have all superhero movies or comic book movies, excuse me, in your. So they were good movies. They just had to be left out, you know. So that's just where I'm at. And so let's get started on my top 10. So my top 10 is based off a couple of things. One, cutoff date, December 1st, 2017 to December 1st, 2018. I really didn't expect this to ever make my list. But coming in at number 10 is Tag. I don't know if you saw Tag, if you heard anything about it, but Tag did two things for me that I like in movies. You made me laugh, and you made me feel like me and my friends could have been doing something like this. And we never thought to carry on like this. And who thought playing tag for the rest of your life was obtainable, even as adults, even as elderly people? And so they do this. So shout out to Tag, man. Y'all really made me feel good to see some shit like that, you know. So shout out to that. At number 9, American Animals. I don't know if you ever seen it, you ever heard of it, but it's a true story about this bank robbery, and you need to watch it. I mean, not this bank robbery, but they tried to rob this library of this expensive book. You need to see American Animals. Like, if you haven't seen it, I'm disappointed in you. And I saw nothing wrong with that movie. That movie was almost the F word. But check it out. Coming in at number 8, Molly's Game. Really good film. It just did its thing, you know. And I feel like the movie took on a certain essence of, oh yeah, this is true, but at the same time, oh man, I can actually see this happening like that. Like, it gave me a surreal thing about it. So I enjoyed it. So if you get a chance, watch Molly's Game. Number 7 is a Netflix movie. And I'm telling you, Jack Black did the damn thing. Because after I watched it, I looked up the real person. I'm like, damn, he really is the Poker King. So coming in at number 7 is the Poker King. If you don't know the story about this guy who was robbing and conning and scheming, the Poker King, you need to watch it on Netflix. Really good. I mean, just like really good movie. Really good movie. Coming in at number 6, another Netflix movie, Roxanne. I'm a sucker for documentaries, and I'm also a sucker for true stories. But what I'm really passionate about is musical stories, like musical movies, like, because I feel like I love music. So anytime I can see a true life or how it started and ended and where they fell off at, I love it. So go see on Netflix, go watch on Netflix, Roxanne. It's just a really good, in-depth movie about Roxanne's life and what she did for hip hop. Even if you don't like it, go watch it. So in my top 5, I had to be critical. And I really wanted to make sure I got the right things in there. So I don't care if I catch flack for this being number 5. But at number 5, Wakanda Forever. That's the only time you're going to see me do that. But anyway, Black Panther. I don't really have to say much. It was a good quality movie. I've seen it twice. I don't ever need to see it again unless I need to reference something for more Marvel movies. But it was a good movie. It was great. I'm not going to get into it. Oh, it was nice seeing a black superhero and my kids is my... Listen, I grew up a Meteor Man. I saw Spawn. I saw Bill Cosby and Leonard Part 6. Like, I've seen a lot of movies, so this didn't do that part for me. But I saw enough stuff like that. I saw Blank Man too, but I know that don't count. But anyway, that's my number 5. And number 4, I watched this on bootleg because I didn't go to the movie theaters to see it, but it was still good. Number 4, Black Klansman. Shout out to Spike Lee because he did it again. I don't know how Spike managed to find a story like this and then produce it and give you that vibe, but he did it. Black Klansman, if you don't know it, David Duke looked a damn fool, and I'm glad he's still looking a damn fool in 2018. So go see this movie. My top 3 movies. All right, so before I tell you about what I had, why 2 and 1 is like that. I'm gonna tell you how this movie literally just came out, I think, a week before I started making this list. Or it came out the night I thought about making this list. Outlaw King. If you ever seen Outlaw King on Netflix, kill your subscription. Just throw it away. This movie is great. If you've seen Braveheart, some people say this is like a Braveheart 2. I can't clarify that or deny it. All I can say is this movie is great. Chris Pine did his thing in it. It's like 2+ hours, but it's compelling and it's well worth watching this old story being told, and kings and queens and land and fighting for pride in your family. You need to see it. Just watch Outlaw King. Really, 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 really dynamic film. Really, really well done. And number 2, I know a lot of people are going to have this number 1 on this list, so they be like, it's just the best movie they've ever seen, period. That's for you. But of course, at number 2, it's Avengers: Infinity War. This movie was great. It was just epic. It was beautiful. It was well done, well written, well shot. Perfect amount of time, perfect villain, perfect storyline, multiple characters interacting at the right time, beautiful cinematography. Like, I could go on and on about how good this comic book movie is, but it is still a comic book movie, and it's still not real. But it's great, and I can't say anything bad about Infinity Wars except you should always go for the head and not the heart. Anyway, so coming in at my number 1, which is my favorite movie of 2018, from December 1st of 2017 to December 1st, 2018. And it's probably not even going to make your list, but it should. Number 1, I, Tonya. Boy, if you ain't see that performance, man, I got a crush on Margaret Robbie, man. She is a cold, beautiful woman. Listen, what she did, how she embodied this persona of Tonya Harding, and the incident that took place that went neck and neck with her career and Nancy Kerrigan, like, unreal. And I remember watching a 30 for 30 on Tonya Harding, like, man, somebody need to do a movie about it. And guess what came out after? I, Tonya. And just like one night, I was just up, bored, and I saw it on there. I'm like, well, man, let me watch it. I like the Tonya Harding story. Let me see what she do. It only took me 5 minutes before I was like, whoa, okay, this is legit, because that's how good Marcus' acting was. That's how good the story was written. And I really feel like Tonya did it. I feel like Tonya did it. I'm not saying she actively told the man, like, hey, I need you to go hit them knees. But what I think happened was she was so upset that they felt like they needed to do something about it. They was like, you know what? She was like, I can't believe I keep losing to her, or something. And they was like, all right, we're gonna fix this. And boom, that's what happened. That's just my thought. What do I know? But that's my top 10 films of the year. So let me go over them one time. You got Tag, number 10, American Animals, number 9, Molly's Game, number 8, The Poker King at number 7. You got Roxanne, number 6, Black Panther, number 5. You got Black Klansman, number 4. You got Outlaw King at number 3. You got Avengers: Infinity War, number 2. And my number 1 film of 2018 was I, Tonya. I don't know what yours are. You can leave me a comment, because you know I like them comments. You can also subscribe so we can keep this going, so you can see more videos, because I got another top 10 coming up. It's my top 10 TV shows of 2018. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I don't know the next time I'm going to see you, but when I see you, just make sure you're eating more chicken.